Hi guys and dolls, how are you? For those of you who are subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. Otherwise, you will not be notified. If you are subscribed only, you will need to click the bell icon. Okay, so I've been avoiding this topic for the longest time, and it's not an easy topic. All right, but I'm human like you guys. I'm no different than you all. I'm not, a humongous channel where I think that my feet float in the air and don't touch the ground and I'm no longer human, okay? I'm still down to earth. My feet still touch the ground and I'm human like everybody else. So, basically, this is such a weird topic, but believe it or not, I watch my videos sometimes too, especially if I'm having a problem with something or as a reminder to myself. I need to practice the advice that I give. So my videos help me too, which sounds weird. I just randomly sometimes watch my videos. So hopefully I'll be able to do I'll do the same with this one. Anyway, so I've been married twice, and the first husband I don't talk about very much, but I'm going to talk about him tonight. There's no good way to put it or easy way to put it. I never got over him. Okay? I never got over him. We were together for 6 years. The reason why we had so many problems, or I had problems with him, is because he was emotionally detached. It was like being married to a robot. His communication skills were non-existent, and a lot of men do not know how to communicate. Okay, they don't know why their marriages fail, but one of the main problems is a lack of communication. Aside from, some people are mentally ill and you're going to have a million divorces because you're just not really all there up here. But for your average person, you have to have decent communication skills. And being detached emotionally from your partner is going to promise that your marriage won't last. More than likely, it won't last. And so that's what I went through for 6 years, until I got tired of it and I just started pulling further and further and further away from him. But he was never, God, this is a lot harder to talk about than I thought it would be. Okay. I don't think about him very often, but when I do, the thoughts are lingering. And unfortunately, what hurts me the most when I think about him is he was never verbally abusive. He was never physically abusive. He was never demeaning. One gets off on making you feel bad about yourself. He's not like that. Okay. Oh my God, this is hard to talk about. So I don't think about him all the time, but like I said, when I do, the thought just stays with me. And then yesterday, was it last night? I just happened to be thinking about him, and because I'm on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, you know that Instagram occasionally sends you, hey, follow this person, follow these people that you might know, and this and that and the other. And so I saw a name that I thought might be him, and sure enough, it was him. And then I saw his Instagram, and I'm like, oh, that's not helping the situation. The thing that hurts me the most is, and anybody who is of dating age, who's, above 30, 40 years old, you know that dating stinks to high heaven. It just stinks. Too many mentally disordered people out there, too many perverts, too many pigs, too many, social rejects. Because predators love that platform because they could be whatever you want them to be. Nice, kind, sweet, mentally stable, even though they're not. They could be whatever you want them to be. And that's how I got engaged to someone, and we didn't last for very long. He sped everything up, and we got engaged quick. Relationship was a whirlwind, and once he put the ring on, he thought, well, I got you now, so I could just act all kinds of ignorant. And I'm like, yeah, we're not playing that game. One of the things that hurt me, which I told him about the first husband, we'll call him, I don't know, we'll call him David. The thing that hurt me the most was his lack of emotional connection to me. And we had gotten married when we were young pups in our 20s. We had gotten married in the courthouse, at the courthouse. And I always wanted to get married in a church. So, this was so hard. I've held it in for a long time, and now's the time. So anyway, we didn't get married in a church, which I would have liked. And so I surprised him. He was in the military at the time, and I surprised him because I found a bridal shop that you could rent bridal dresses there, okay? The gown that I tried on fit me to a T, like it was specifically designed for me. So I was so excited, and I said, I have a surprise for you when I pick you up from work. I got a surprise for you. And I'm just over the top because that's just who I am. And the thing that hurt me the most was when I took him to the shop, and I tried the gown on, and I showed it to him. And he was like, okay, it's nice. That was the biggest kick in the face because he wasn't phased. And to go backwards a little bit. Oh my God. When we got engaged, okay, he flew into town to see me. I was in Connecticut. He was in New York. And I used to live in New York too. That's how I met him. I met him when I was in New York. Anyway, so, frick, this is harder than I thought it would be. Anyway, I have got to pull it together. Shit, I lost my train of thought. We were getting engaged, and we've been together for a good while, and we got married. We got engaged early in the relationship because he was going away to college, and I just didn't think that he would be faithful. You're going to college. You got all these beautiful women there. How do I know you're going to be serious? If I get you a ring, will you believe me that I'm serious? And he did. And so we secretly got engaged. We didn't tell his mom we were engaged because we didn't want her having a cow. What do you mean you're engaged? You only been together for several months. How are you engaged? So the night that he got the ring, I didn't know he had the ring. Okay. And basically, I had plans with my friends, and all of us were going to hang together. Well, he had plans for just the two of us because he was going to present me with the ring. And he said, I thought it was going to be just me and you. And he got all pissed. And I said, well, I'll just call my friend. And I'll just cancel it. She's going to understand. She's not going to stop being friends with me. She's going to understand. Well, you already made the plans now. He had somehow, don't ask me how, he had gotten the ring, and he put it inside of a fortune cookie. I don't know how he did it. To this day, I don't know how he did that. And he tossed it. We were in a hotel room because I was staying at the mother's house at the time. So I'd get a hotel room so we would have privacy because she wouldn't allow him to stay there, which was like stupid. He can stay in the basement and I can stay upstairs. What's the big deal? Anyway, so he just threw the fortune cookie on the bed. Like, here you go. That's not the best way to get engaged. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? There's a major disconnect with his emotions, and I don't know if he ever loved me, to be quite honest with you. I gave him my number last night on Instagram. I highly doubt that he'll call me. He got married after me way, way many years later, and she's a psychotic bitch. And he had a daughter with her, and the psychotic bitch will be in control until the daughter's grown, which I'm sure he is looking forward to when the daughter is an adult. There was she did a lot of hateful things, lied and said he put his hands on her. I've known him for 6 years. He's never put his hands on me. I don't know what in the hell she's talking about. And she pulled the tears out in the courtroom and everything else. And the judge fell for the bullshit. She's white. He's not. And the judge fell for what that bitch was saying because she happens to be the same color. So she's got to be telling the truth, right? You might be a judge, but you about as fucking dumb as the day is long. You can get suckered easily. You don't need to be a judge and be dumb. Anyway, and then when she came out the courtroom, her family was like, what was that all about? Like the tears. What was that? She said, you got to do what you got to do. Exactly. And when a judge is, everything flies over the judge's head. He can't see the forest for the trees. You could tell him anything and he'll believe it. Anyway, so anyway, I need to put some air on. You know how I do. Be right with you. Oh, that feels better. Whoever invented fans, I love you. Okay, so anyway, when we got married, on our wedding night, he wanted to go to sleep. No intimacy. He wanted to go to sleep. Do you see why there's a severe problem? There's an emotional, not just an emotional disconnect, but we're talking, the disconnect was the size of the Grand Canyon. You see why we only lasted for 6 years? I'm surprised we lasted that long. So anyway, the thing that hurts me the most, and I'm just going to keep it real. The thing that hurts me the most is the fact that with counseling, comprehensive counseling, we probably could have worked through the emotional disconnect on his end. Maybe. By the way, we did fool around on our wedding night because I wore a super sexy outfit, and I'm just going to leave that there. Anyway, if we just got married and you don't want to touch, you want to go to sleep? Okay, we'll see about that. Anyway, when I look at the types of people that are in the world today, 2020, 2021, the lack of quality people is astounding. Absolutely shocking, astounding. Everybody's sex obsessed. They want to fuck on the first date. Get mad if you don't give it up on the first date. Let me explain something to you. Then you look at all the shit that's out here. All the fucked up people that all they care about is fucking and fucking and fucking and fucking. That's all they care about. An orgasm fixes everything. Well, shit, why didn't an orgasm come visit me when I was in the hospital last year? 3 surgeries. Why didn't orgasms just line up and get carpool and come over to the hospital and see me? Since orgasms fix everything and make everything perfect, you got to be motherfucking crazy. Anyway, just makes me mad how people are so goddamn perverted. Anyway, ain't nothing wrong with sex, but when you're fucking everybody, you wonder why we got HIV? And HIV is not enough to stop people from fucking. They gonna write down as many strangers' names as they possibly can, honey. One thing about him is he was never a sex hound. He never pushed me for sex. He was never a pig. That wasn't the most important thing to him. And when we were in a relationship and we were being intimate with each other, he's not the type to eventually get bored because he already hit the skins. He doesn't operate like that. That's not who he is. So yes, it pains me when I look at the fact that he and I are no longer together and this is all you get to choose from. Ew. Now, will I ever recover from it? I don't know. I don't know. You look at emotional disconnect, but in every other way, he was kind, he was nice. He wasn't abusive and nasty. He was just not available. You know, he was physically there, but mentally he wasn't. But then you look at the bullshit that you get to choose from and you're thinking, well, shit, I could deal with a bunch of perverts that don't, narcissistic perverts, or I could deal with someone who we're going to have to go to counseling because he's got a severe emotional disconnect. Let's see. I'll take the emotional disconnect, but you can't have somebody who doesn't want you. And there's been too much water under the bridge. There's been too much hurt on either side to fix it. So, and then of course, the mental abuse, psychological terrorism that he went through with the second individual, well, that don't make matters any better. Makes matters a lot worse because he's got some serious psychological damage after dealing with her and complete lack of trust. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I told myself today I was going kayaking because I'm going to take my mind off of this bullshit. I'm going to go kayaking and I'm getting my mind that because I shut my phone off. It's just me and nature and I don't care about nothing. I love y'all, but when I go boating, I love y'all, but I got to go. Sorry, I got to go. I said, I'm going kayaking tomorrow. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. And it rained and it's going to rain tomorrow and it's going to rain and rain and rain and more rain and more rain. So that doesn't look like it's going to be in the cards anytime soon. Eventually I'll get to go. So, I don't know. I'm hoping one day I recover from it completely. I feel like in a lot of ways, oh my God. I feel like in a lot of ways, not being with him messed up my future because these sons of bitches out here don't give a shit. Women are the same. They don't give a fuck. They want money, a baby, a house. Everybody got their hand out. Gimme, 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 gimme. Everybody's doing that. Okay? Everybody's all about me, self-preservation. So that doesn't turn me on. That doesn't make me want to have a future with somebody. And with all the psychos and the narcissists out there and the social rejects, well, it's really sad to think that there's a possibility that I'll be alone the rest of my life because I don't think I've never met anyone who wasn't distant emotionally, or because narcissists are like that too. They're just abusive in addition to being unavailable. They're abusive and condescending, and they like to break your heart and they like to see you cry. It just gives them a boner, I guess. And women are no different. There's narcissistic women too, and they get off on you being distraught as a man. They think it's awesome. And that's what we get to choose from, ladies and gents. That's what we get to choose from nowadays. So I guess what I want to say to you is if you're in a situation where you and your partner don't have good communication, you do not, there's no abuse, but there's just no real emotional connection, please go to counseling and please work on it, because if you throw in the towel, when you look at what's out here today, mark my words, don't say you weren't warned. When you look at the shit that's out here, that's what you get to choose from. You're going to regret. You're going to be in the same boat I'm in, where you never got over this person and you're really crushed because nobody can act like they got some sense, any sense. They just can't. So be careful, those of you that want to throw the towel in. Those of you that are getting divorced for the first time in 15, 20 years, I'm telling you right now, if you haven't filled out, you haven't filled out the paperwork yet, make sure that you think about that long and hard, because when you start dating, and if you're not a pervert and you're not trying to hump everybody who speaks to you, if you're trying to do that, you'll have plenty of people to choose from. But if you actually want a solid relationship with a real connection and the opportunity to fall in love, mutual, not this one-sided bullshit, mutual love, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. There's probably 1 in 1,000 who's not running game, who's mentally stable. There's like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in a million. I don't really know what the numbers are, but it doesn't look good. And for people who are breaking up, they got a rude awakening when they get out there. You think you want all that freedom and you think you want to ditch this life with this person. I'm tired of looking at you. You make me sick. Think twice. Think long and hard, because you might regret it. And by the time you regret it, it's too late. That person's like, oh, well, no, you had your chance. Bye. Yeah. Think long and hard before you make certain decisions. Okay? And think long and hard before you throw the towel in. Consider counseling. Okay? Consider counseling. Seriously, please. Unless there's abuse, that's a different story. Then counseling's not going to fix that. If somebody's getting off on hurting you, that's, you can't break somebody from getting a kick out of destroying other people. That's a character flaw. You see what I'm saying? And a disorder in the head. But if there's any way to salvage your relationship, please do. Okay? Don't say you weren't warned. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.